Joining us now from the CME is Bob Iaccino of Path Trading Partners. Let's talk a bit about crude first of all. Tell me why crude is not higher. The trade story seems to be dominating at the moment. Are you surprised you're not seeing a bigger pickup in what we're getting out of the Gulf?
Wow, I mean, it's very easy for me to say 2 days after the attacks, day and a half after the attacks, that I'm not surprised. But I'm really not, simply from a perspective of the structure of the attacks seemed to be more like Iran waving their hands saying, you're going to need to pay attention to us, rather than it being some sort of actual structural disruption to the supply of crude oil. And even if that structural disruption happened, it would have to be on a much larger scale, closer to the Strait of Hormuz rather than the Gulf of Oman. And there would have to be quite a bit more damage to affect the oversupply matching up with the potentially much slower demand that we've seen. You pile on top of that the U.S. has not started enforcing much of the Iranian sanctions, despite the tough talk. You saw India get a pretty large shipment of crude oil last month from Iran. And the U.S.'s 4-week moving average gone from 12.2 million barrels a day last week. The 4-week moving average is now 12.3 million barrels. So the oversupply is there. OPEC Plus has not yet announced they're extending the production cuts. So from a pure supply and demand perspective, we're priced correctly given the risks.
Gold's trading 348. You a buyer or seller?
I'm neither with gold. We've been long gold, and we actually covered that prior to this jump. So we missed a little bit of this jump this morning. But I think what you're going to see is a lot of activity in gold early Friday, from the London session to the U.S. session, as these Middle Eastern tensions sort of fester. We don't know if they're going to accelerate over the weekend or be pacified over the weekend. So that's kind of the issue with gold here.